From atoms to frogs, from plants to photosynthesis, see, fun is the science of fun.
Brought to you by Invigoratees, Energy for Champions.
iFun is a kids program that will help kids have fun while they are learning science, but not just regular science, but fun and fantastic science. Today's episode is called Learning the Scientific Method the Sci-Fun Way.
Thank you, Sofia. Today I am going to talking about scientific method. What is scientific method? Scientific method is a process or method of research. The scientific method is all about studying and learning things right around you. The basic scientific method steps are: make observation, state problem, identify variables, formulate hypothesis, design experiment, collect data, and draw a conclusion.
Do you know what observation really is? Well, the first step of the scientific method is to make an observation about the world around you. Before hypotheses can be made or experiments can be done, you must first notice and think about some sort of phenomena occurring. Your five senses are very important. The scientific method is used when one does not know why or how something is occurring and wants to uncover an answer. But before you can form a question, you must notice something puzzling in the first place.
Thank you, Sofia. Okay, little sis, do you know what will happen if we mix baking soda with vinegar? Well, we are going to observe what will happen. Our ingredients for this experiment are going to be vinegar, a glass, or or baking soda. Okay, first we're going to put the vinegar in our glass. Okay, then we're going to put our baking soda. So, did you see what happened? Now, back to the studio.
Why is the sky blue? Why are flamingos pink? And why does a dog chase their tails? There are so much questions. There is so much to learn. Well, asking these questions are one of the most important parts of the scientific method. We must ask a question based on the observations we made. Back to the studios with David.
Thank you, Sofia. Man, I'm so thirsty. Hey, Sebas, can you pass me a soda, please?
I have regular and Diet Coke.
Pass me the regular, please. Thanks. Whoa, look at this. Can you pass me the diet, please? Let's see something. Whoa. Come, take a look at this.
Whoa. What do you think that happened here?
Well, usually the regular sodas have a density of 1 gram per cubic centimeter, while the diet soda is just under. Usually this is because regular soda contained at least 39 grams of sugar or 8 teaspoons of sugar, which is a lot. And diet soda contained aspartame, which is used to flavor the soda instead of sugar. This gives more weight to the regular soda, and this is the reason for it to sink and the diet to float.
An idea that proposes a tentative explanation about a phenomenon or a narrow set of phenomena observed in the natural world is a hypothesis, and a prediction is what you expect to happen if your hypothesis is true. So based on the hypothesis you've created, you can predict the outcome of your experiment.
This experiment includes fire, so you need to have an adult or parent supervising you. So we begin looking at the can is boiling the water. And when the can is very hot enough, we put it in the cold water. and the can crashes.
Our next step on our list is the experimental procedure and experimentation part. This is my favorite part of the scientific method. This is where we get to test and perform experiments to solve our doubts. An experiment must be set up and performed to test the hypothesis. An experiment must have an independent variable, something that is manipulated by the person doing the experiment, and a dependent variable, the thing being measured which may be affected by the independent variable. During an experiment, data is collected later to determine if our hypothesis is supported or not. So why don't we go to the field and see what Miguel has in store for us today. Miguel? Materials you will be needing: 1 double-liter bottle of regular Coke, 1 double-liter bottle of Diet Coke, 1 double-liter bottle of 7-Up, 3 packs of regular Mentos, and 1 pair of safety goggles. Our problem is, which type of soda will produce the most violent reaction when adding Mentos to it? Hypothesis: if Mentos are added to Diet Coke or any other diet beverage, the reaction will be a lot more violent due to the aspartame in the soft drink, which lowers the surface tension of the liquid much more than sugar or corn syrup will. Experimental procedure: wear your safety goggles. Place a measuring tape behind the area where you will be testing. Place the regular Coke bottle where the experiment will take place. Remember, it might get messy, so be careful to place it in an area that will not hurt or harm anything. Ask a parent or partner to help you film. Slowly open the 2-liter bottle of Coke. Load the paper tube with Mentos. Place the index card over one end of the tube and invert it. Set the card and the tube with the Mentos inside on top of the open mouth of the bottle, making sure the opening of the tube lines up with the mouth of the bottle. Quickly remove the index card, allowing the Mentos to drop in the bottle. Step back quickly, record the height of the geyser, and repeat the procedure for Diet Coke and 7-Up.
Thank you, Miguel. After that exciting experiment, it's time to deduce if our hypothesis was supported. But how will we do this? Well, by gathering data and concluding. Once your experiment is complete, you collect your measurements and analyze them to see if they support your hypothesis or not. Scientists often find that their predictions were not accurate and their hypotheses were not supported. In such cases, they will communicate the results and go back again to construct a new hypothesis and prediction based on the information they learned from the experiment. This starts much of the scientific method process over again. Even if they find their hypothesis was supported, they may want to test it again in a new way. Let's check the information from our graph. As you can see, the sodas with the highest explosions were diet sodas, which range between 2.5 and 3 meters tall. Then we have regular sodas, which range between 1 and 2 meters tall. Lastly, we have seltzer water, which had only 0.5 meters tall. For your conclusions, you summarize how your results support or contradict your original hypothesis. You include key facts from your background research to help explain your results as needed. Then, you state whether your results support or contradict your hypothesis. For example, our conclusion supports our hypothesis, because during the experimental procedure, we observed that Diet Coke produced a higher geyser compared to the other soft drinks used. Of course, it is recommended that you repeat your experiments as many times as possible. Well, that is all for this episode of Sci-Fun. We all hope you had loads of fun. Until next time!
From atoms to frogs, from plants to photosynthesis, C1 is the science of